Finally, as a manager, alongside Thomas Muller, we've conquered our first trophy and won the German Bundesliga. That still leaves 4, however. And 4 we need to get into our cabinet pretty soon, with seasons flying by and plenty of job opportunities on the table. Yes, people, welcome to Season 6 of the Journeyman right here today. This is the team that we've built at Borussia Mönchengladbach. The team we started with was stinky. We had Klein Heist up front, who now, unfortunately, has left the club. We've had youth we've not got the best out of. Then some ones that were ready for chances. Weisinger, Miranda, Bayer we brought back to the team, Malanga, Okpala, Nathan Fernandez. We've definitely been backed, but we need to get backed elsewhere to make another team head of their country. That's if we can find the job offer, obviously. They're expecting a semi-final of the Champions League, which I don't expect at all. Win the Cup and win the League again. As for budget, 76 million. If we don't find a job, we stay here. However, I don't think that's really a choice. We do start off with Bayern Munich. The Bundesliga will definitely have a huge bit of praise in our wings, especially over here at Germany, and I don't even know if that makes sense at all. But as you can see online, a lot praising the season after we saw it out with this wonderful team. But I want to move on, but the question is, will Thomas Muller move on? Thomas, you'd be my backup, but I'm going to tell you right now, I plan on leaving Germany. I am on a chase to become the best manager I possibly can, or possibly can. Do you want to come on the journey with me? You're more than welcome to. Although I know you just arrived in the country you're from, I know you're starting up your journey as a manager. He says, boss, I have just watched Thomas Tuchel go in charge of England. I criticised you, thinking you'd jump ship to go to England. You said you wouldn't at the start, and now you say you potentially will. However, I'm just starting out, and I feel like I'm part of something with you. I would love to go somewhere as a manager and move to the MLS. I do think I'll become a manager one day, but for now, you have my full support. And that's actually wonderful. I'll probably have support of some players I'll try and take on a journey with me. That's one of the background challenges I do have, to have players I take from club to club. Now, Kai Havertz is 32. He's obviously been the star of Mönchengladbach. Rocco Wright is the captain. I don't see me taking him anywhere else. We've got Wesley, who was the most expensive. I don't see me paying more to take him elsewhere. Then there's Leopold, we just brought in. Costa the same. Big Jim O'Brien's 30. It's going to be hard to take these players to another club. There's Camilo Mendes, we sold to Barcelona. I thought he would follow me everywhere. Statistically looking amazing, but statistically, we've done our job in Germany. There is 4 jobs available. I've got on the shortlist. I'm not looking in the Bundesliga anymore. But these are the 4 without managers I have spotted. At the start of this 6th season, we have Como, no Cesc Fabregas. Betis over in La Liga. That's going to be hard to win a league. We've got Stade Rennais. We've got Olympique Lyonnais. And it looks like there's a lot of Greek managers. Papadakis, Centelidis. Now, the French league will be dominated by Paris, but Como won't be dominating a league. And Betis probably won't, although I do like the rating of some players. They've got a youthful team. Martino Calera. But can they compete with Barca and Real Madrid? It would stand us out as a manager if we could actually get these competing. Some very decent players, you know. But then again, the likes of Malacia, I am not fancying him. Roberto Tomas looks a decent youth player. Nikola Simic. Ilya Zabrany. Good team. Stade Rennais have birthed players like Desiree Douy and really took players into their grasp. Cisse looks a good player. Apart from that, though, Jordan James, he was in the Championship. But I am going to take Stade Rennais off the table. I don't see them really great. Trafford, the best player. Which takes me into Lyonnais. It's not Jim O'Brien, but Nathan Collins, his fellow teammate over there. Nestroy Irankundi had a decent World Cup, obviously, for Australia. Troy Parrott, Noah Nati, Tyler Morton. It's good, but will it compete with the likes of Paris Saint-Germain? For me, it won't, which takes us on to Como. We know the story of them building through the divisions. However, can they compete with AC Milan, Inter, Juventus? Ivan Azon's not improved too much. Bayomo, Martin Batruina. A lot of you guys say I look like him. Please tell me I don't with the glasses. Or I guess I'll just take it as a compliment. But you know what a bigger compliment is? If you guys hit the subscribe button and do leave a like on the video. We're on the race to 10k. And I am seriously enjoying the journey, man. And I'm spreading this Como team out. Seeing the ratings, they do have Asen Diao still there. and Nico Paz, who I am very surprised hasn't moved to Real Madrid. Links with him going back, but it seems they didn't pay the buyback clause. Maximo Peronek City, Guilherme Restes, and Neco Williams, who will speak our language. He's a player we can get on with. We had Jim O'Brien here, who helped us settle in, same as Nathan Wood. Plus, we spoke at the end of last episode. Yes, we have altered our tactic a little. We've gone with a high line, and I don't think Italy see that much. That tells me we can go and disturb the tactics of Italian football, which on the national stage is struggling, and join, as there is the club offer. They want us finishing in a Champions League place. So after 2.5 years in the Bundesliga with Gladbach, we make our second move out of England, which is to the Serie A. Thomas, welcome to Italy. This is where I've taken us. Do you think it was the right offer? Please tell me you do if you're supporting me. He says, absolutely I do. I think you've made the correct choice, Gaffer. Let's get to business, meeting the team, get our tactics ready. We're still playing the same shape, right? And my plan is definitely to do so, as this first team can't be the setup. We've got 31-year-olds up front, but no, we're definitely changing this. Our style. Look, they're on deep already. Get it into the high line. We altered our formation from the 4-1-3-2 to the 4-1-2-1-2. We'll leave the players in their best shape for now, not have the wingers too attacking. We can't alter Italian football altogether ourselves, and let's get this first team together. Based on ratings, and wow, there's international duty at the moment, but it's all over 80 rated apart from the striker, and we've got one off position. But what a team we have. As you can see, the media picking up on the move to Italy and backing us. We've actually got pressure on us now. We're not the new and up-and-coming man. The best player is Nico Paz, obviously. Ascendiao, Restes Biomo Perone. I missed a lot of players out. Batruina's rating is good. But then again, plays in the same position as Nico Paz. This team won't be easy to sort out, and especially when it comes to the striker position. We have Duvikas, Azon, who's always rumoured with the championship, and Mustafa, who's 30. The Austrian looks terrible. Some decent wingers, and can any of these change? I mean, Nico Paz, if we could sort him out with Batruina behind him, he's going to take ages to a striker. Batruina the same if he's changing position. Maybe Nico Paz could go out wide. Again, it's going to be ages. Again, this is going to be a struggle to keep everyone happy. Ascendiao's not too far off a striker. Maybe that's a change we make. I think overall we go and sign one, but yeah, I want to keep the players currently here happy. Yes, and we found a player that can play up front. Benny Traore. I like this guy. Failed a bit in England, but this is the first time we walk into a club without too much pressure. The budget's less than Gladbach, but we are moving into a new league. And we are in the Champions League with Como. I thought we would be with the team we have on paper. They expect a Champions League place and reach the final of the Coppa Italia, which I don't mind too much. It's ambition, and it fuels me now. Same as the academy, Ivan Casadei. I'm going to try and send him out to Italy to find a player, and I'm probably going to look at centre-backs. It's the Italian way, as the man in the academy is Maguire, who is a Northern Irishman. Then we have Francesco Gali. Might try and loan some of these boys out. We've put our coaching team together. We've got 3 new coaches and Thomas Muller, the man that works on the attacks. Plenty of players actually out of contract, and a lot of them. Are we going to do a typical MWS style clear out of this club? But we need one player to stick around and one player obviously we know of. We don't know him personally just yet, but William stays. He's obviously from Premier League, which I watched as I was training to be a manager, getting my coaching badges. And a few other players have just signed up, like Perone, like a backup keeper. And we do ultimately have a lot of players, so we can get a lot of players out before Milan as our first game. That's a tester, but we do have 50 days. Let's get to selling, shall we? Extend that budget, then get the budget spent. First player out is Daniele Guerra. He's going on loan. I want to keep the youth going. We've had 2 youth players, Camilo Mensch, and also one from Barrow we've promoted, who looks so promising, David Moore, but he's still at Barrow, and he is still 22-year-old. He is plodding along, and he'll always be special to me. But he's not exactly going to get played. Is that Philippe Jack going out? It isn't. It's Yannick Engelhardt. The German goes to Turkey. After being in Germany, I didn't think I'd be selling a German. That is the backup striker. We've released Ivan Smolicic to go to a league rival. And another right back departs to go to Monaco, Van der Bremt. We're now 2 weeks off the start of the season. A few players have hit that chopping block, as you can see. Federa's also out, and Lebonge, leaving 2 strikers required. Around 50 million each. That's if we don't want to save any money for January, but I think we could have some unhappiness then. Between Martin Batruina and Nico Paz, battling for the same position. I don't want to sell any of them now, but it might get to push to shove territory if one of them isn't playing, and we do have a backup striker or a secondary striker if we don't sign one. Bene, big trust in you, my friend, to do a job off the bench. I'm going to be searching for an Italian striker, and I'm going to search in the league below first. Doduro Simni from Pisa. He's not really Italian. Hugo Marcos the same. I'm looking in the second division, but no one's really standing out. I'd love for at least one to be Italian, I should say. And the Italian team is struggling. In real life, I want to bring one across. Now, Francesco Camada at Bayern Munich. What a signing that would be. We've just been in the Bundesliga, so we've probably seen him play a lot. There's also Francisco Pio Esposito over in the Premier League. Then I've got my off-shout, Retegui, who obviously does well for Italy in real life after changing from Argentine. Esposito and Kamada. I am going to go and check the Bayern Munich forwards, who I should probably know already, but this is perfect. I'm pretty sure he was at Leipzig, but Ousmane Dembele's jumped in, potentially to actually mentor Francesco Kamada. But Kamada is coming our way, and we have almost broken, the Wesley record. I don't know if it was or not, but he joins 23-year-old, and he did get a big wage, so I think we could be down on money. Yes, 35 million, right? Might be experience again, and that's not really what we wanted to go for. I wanted to get the new youth and extra youth in. And you might say he's going to be under pressure now, but with Cathal Maguire, our youth player, getting the number 9, off with it. He gets the number 9. The big man now for Como. An 85 pace looks decent, but I just want 2 strikers in this window. That is it. I trust the rest of this team. You can quote me on it like the media has, saying that I'm talking about this team being my ideal shape of players for the way I want to play. And I've said I wanted someone with pace. Javier Avila. Now, he isn't old, but in front of Nico Paz alongside Kamada, it could be risky having another young player, and he isn't as pacey as the other one, but the scouts at this club have actually found him. The attachment Como has with Spain, probably Cesc motivated, and they've rejected it anyway, thanks Inigo Perez. And the media again are picking up on it, so why don't we try something we haven't done before? Focus more on that pace mark, look in Italy for a striker again, and screw it, double down on pace. His release clause is less than he is worth. 96 pace on Michel Martino. It feels like he's fallen into my lap. The first time we've signed a regen player. He's our new player, leaves us still with a lot of reserves we need to get out on loan, and I forgot about De Vigas, another striker, alongside Azon and Bene, who are not bad in their own right. Team's a little unfit going into this first game. We're still changing Diao. We're going to go with a die on the left. Williams just behind him. Bayomo in the defense. Perone, Restes, and Paz as my captain. I'm ready for some Serie A graphics. Ooh, this is going to be interesting. There we are, getting off the Como team bus, ready for AC Milan. Is that just Town Park as well? Did Como not have a stadium? They're the graphics I wanted to see. Let's go out there and get a decent start against a very decent outfit as well, my stew. I don't think Amarim's in charge. I think we saw him in the division we just came from. They've got decent players. Ricky, Maresca, and I'm pretty sure Lenny Yoro was in their defense. Jimenez with the early tester. Okay, the lads are going to just be getting used to me. I don't mind it. Okinada, is that seriously given as a penalty? Our right back classed as if he's hit the ball with his hand. That is just not camera angle wise a good camera angle to show. And Jimenez against Guglielmo Restes. This could be the worst possible start at the new club, and he goes wide. It is a huge let-off. Terrible start. We lack confidence, it does seem. And I mean, there's a reason the manager's gone after getting in the Champions League. Maybe he's moved up the ranks as well as us. Diao, come on, get your crossing a bit better than that. Musa to dribble away. Alex Baena, I think that is, who beat us last season with Atletico. We're trying the pressing game in Italy. It's obviously not working so far. If they're just going to jump through the defense like that, Jacob Ramon, he dribbles out a Spanish player. Nico Paz, the captain, finds Asendiao. This is a chance, though, to break. And what a save, Mike Meigen. Crossed in, a die in towards Kamada, though, at the end of the first half. Maybe we just needed to join Italy to finally score our headed goals. It's the new big summer signing, Kamada, that will take us into the break. Crossed in by Adai. And Kamada, signed from Bayern Munich, he gets ahead of the opposition striker, heading it past Mike Meigen. 1-0. And that is break time straight after. 1-0 to the good in Italy. Honestly think a great start here in this new nation, and a good season with Como could put us on the elite level when managers or clubs are looking at us to manage. That should have hit Nico Paz. I think he's going to be the best player for us, although not really involved. He did set Diao's chance up before the corner, and we've got to risk him and mix him with Martin Batuina if we are going to get the best out of both. Here goes a die onto Nico Paz. He tries to shoot. It falls to Diao. He's onside. I don't know if he can claim the assist, but Asen Diao, I'm going to give him it. It's another goal in this game. We're beating a potential favourite. And yeah, we've got to give him that assist. I mean, the ball goes through his foot. However, we lead, and there goes a die into Batuina. Going to go around the side just here as well into a die again. Can't get it past Yoro. We've got to come across to make the tackle, which we don't do, but then Neto is off the bench. He's just come on. I've made these changes late on, and Diao, he moves away. Asen Diao, they could have made a lot of money on him, Como, in real life. Look at the dribbling. He wins a corner instead of going himself. We're going to try the same corner tactic again. Diao looking to get it in the middle and into the mixer, but the game is over. Big win, and that is Ruben Amorim again. Don't know if he's gone back to Milan, but we know we've gone to them and won the game. Fantastic, because after that, I've not really focused on bringing players in, just loaning them, all the youth, and this man, Rispoli, who looks like a very well-built player, a little bit like Andrea Pirlo. But we've got this man I want to keep at the club as well, Derek Baran. I hope he signs a new deal up. And look at that for a start. It's cut Roma off, but we sit 3 wins from 3. And the reason I'm showing you this is before we start the Champions League. You're not going to like it. Or maybe you do, but you might be a little bit sick because I don't think I'm going to enjoy this. We go away from home to face the team we've just coached in Gladbach, who, as you can see, have appointed Nagelsmann to actually take over, who I've got to say is very capable of going and winning the league again. They've signed Felipe Guimaraes. My days, Kai Havertz going down under a new gaffer. And I can't lie, this is going to be a hard one to take. I wonder what they've done with the lineup. I would actually wait to see it. But let's just see it in game. Let's hopefully beat them. Unlike Stoke, I think there's no hard feelings. If we go back to England and face Stoke, we could be in for a bit of bother. Now win this ball. Okidana takes it down. Ordinaka, Martino. The pacey man's come back a little. That's not a nice tackle, Rocco writes. Maybe the new gaffers told them to get stuck into us. That's another one from Costa Coffee. Man, I miss these players. Feels like yesterday was coaching them, which technically is true. We were. And Cunha's in for Perone. Chip that over the top. Asen Diao. How is he offside? Are the referees being paid? That tackle, by the way, was naughty from Rocco Wright. Kevin Schade. Wesley. We brought both of them there. And Jim O'Brien. Big Jim in the defence. Vael Mahoya. A lot of big clubs looking at him, but he stayed loyal to Mönchengladbach, which we told him to be. And now here goes De Cunha. We were the ones that weren't loyal, but again, no hard feelings. The club knew what we were aiming for with this journeyman that we are on. And a dive running through. Finds Benny Traore. He can celebrate. I won't be doing in the dugout, but a big goal for Como, the team we currently are in charge of. And I am liking a die on the wing. He's been a revelation. Still, we need to get going again. Aaron Zeitner. We can't really move. We're getting the tackle straight in. We've got to be a bit physical back. We might love the club, But this is sport, and it's contact sport. We've got to be nasty back. And as well, big shout Beta 10 Mods, as always, for giving us this mod pack. We started down in the National League, which absolutely was huge to get out of in the first place. Azata and Diao, a little bit of a lag spike. Martino, Adai, what a player he's been for us. Jaden Adai, I'm going to remember that name. I think I'm going to sign him on the main channel. Celebration on the bench. A little bit of emotion shown, but let's just say that's emotion over the goal. And of course, the Champions League, which we did go on a run with this team in the last episode. Kevin Schade, stopped by Odinaka. What can only be classed as a terrific tackle. Here goes Bene Traore again, trying to cut inside. It was 2-0 in the last game. Martino with the pace, with the quick feet. And what a goal. The sliding marks are still there from the goal we just got before. But Michele Martino. And after that game, he's only just joined us, but he's getting rumoured with the big clubs. Barcelona, Real Madrid. Where is our link? I know we've just joined Como today, but 14 games played, 0 defeats. And the next game is Juve. The players they have, Unai Simon. I'm only caring about goal scorers. Fabio Moretti, Conrad Harder, we faced last season at Leipzig. Francisco Conceição, Zegrova in that team. And the Champions League hasn't been too kind to us in the games we've simulated. I don't see Gladbach. They're having a good season. Okay, despite the win that we got over them, they sit 20th. Good luck to them. Champions League still not our focus. It will always be the Serie A. The board know what our aim was, to win this Serie A title. And this is a huge game for the first episode with Como. Kamada's back in. And like I say, this man's been brilliant. I'm going to change his position across, the left footer on the left. It's simple maths, really, for Jaden Adai to get involved. I think we need to kind of snap out of the Gladbach setting where we just played against our old club. Really snap into Juve because this is a title decider, same points. Yet to lose a game, by the way, and with all this kerfuffle, with all the team changing, the signings, the old club, we forget how truly beautiful this Lake Como kit is. I absolutely love it, and the chance Cesc Fabregas gave us by leaving Nico Paz to shock them away at the Allianz. We need to get this early game going, game results. That's almost a header. It was Spanish man versus Spanish man in the box. Hopefully they win tonight. It is the World Cup at the time recording. You guys know the result. Martino, go from range. That's why the big clubs want you. Unlucky, unlucky, unlucky. Odinaka through the gap into Diao. Diao hits the man in front, but he still can't get around his man now. Yildiz running away with it. Got to get across. Hall into Locatelli. Stumbling for words. This is going to be a bit of a grudge game, like I say. Kosovoan player into Kenan Yildiz. I think he was caught between two minds. Restes with a bit of a terrible shot. Header backwards, straight back into him. 30 minutes on the clock. We don't have our early goal today with Adai. Jaden goes back into Neko. De Cunha, he's still in over Perón because I thought he did well in the Champions League. And here's our pacing man right here, Martino. I think Barcelona and Real Madrid don't want him after that. A frankly terrible effort. Here goes Bayomo, one of our centre-backs. Oh my days. Oh my days. What have we just done? From a short free kick just before half-time, Conrad Harder doesn't charge him down. It's so far out. It's the goal of the save. Bayomo. That's come from a centre-back in a game as big as that. Absolute madness. How the heck is his rating only 7.7? In a title decider, he's just scored that goal. I'm not overly... I don't know. I'm not overly enthralled by it just because I'm more so shocked. And I know there's a long way to go, but that will keep our unbeaten record going. Nico Paz, or it's Kamada. Kamara, the keeper's come out a lot. I tried to shuffle it across. Wowza, Rooney. It's far into the second half now, and all I can remember is that goal. But just please keep the result. That is over Odinaka. Conrad Harder. Guillermo Restes. Definitely been non-dominant in this game. It's been even. That's a header away from Bayomo, only as far as Kefren Turam. Trying to block the shots. We've done well because he's overrun it. Excellent block. And Nico Paz. Footwork. Technique. Flick that on Kamada. Brilliant. There's Bene. He misses, but the job should be done. After this corner whipped in by Adai, Kamada getting in his usual spot, which doesn't lead to a goal, but it leads to a win and an absolute screamer from Bayomo. our centre-back, gives us a lead at the top of Serie A in our first half of season.